how to spot an emotionally available man on the first few dates. When a man catches your eye, it's natural to start hoping that this connection could grow into something serious and fulfilling. But appearances can be deceiving. Many men can seem charming and engaged on the first few dates, but some just aren't capable of forming a real emotional bond. Emotional availability isn't something you can see on a resume or in a polite smile. It reveals itself in actions, reactions, and words. You've probably been on dates where everything seemed perfect on paper, but a part of you felt an emptiness, an invisible distance. Intuition plays a part, but there are also concrete, specific clues to know if a man is capable of connecting with you on a deeper level. Observing how he listens, how he talks about himself and his experiences, and how he respects your boundaries can save you from a lot of heartache. This guide will explore the telltale signs of emotional availability right from the first few dates. You'll learn how to spot these clues, understand his behavior, and tell the difference between a man who is truly present and one who is just going through the motions. Get ready to develop a sharp, strategic eye that will help you protect your heart while staying open to a genuine, balanced relationship. Observing his listening skills and presence. An emotionally available man immediately stands out by the quality of his listening. He doesn't just nod his head or smile automatically while you're talking. He looks you in the eye, responds thoughtfully, and follows up on what you say with relevant, sincere questions. Every detail you share seems to be noticed and remembered. You can feel his full presence, as if he's truly there with you and for you. On a first date, you'll notice if his responses are spontaneous, not rehearsed. For example, when he learns you've had a tough day, he doesn't just say, "Oh, that's too bad." Instead, he might ask how it made you feel or what stood out to you. This type of reaction shows he's actively listening and connecting with your emotions without judgment or indifference. Here's a concrete example. You're telling a story about a conflict with a co-worker. He doesn't interrupt. He might rephrase what you said to make sure he understands, and then ask, "How did you handle that? What part of it affected you the most?" These simple but sincere questions show a real interest in your feelings and experiences, a powerful indicator of emotional availability. Analyzing his body language and emotional reactions. A man's body language says a lot about his ability to connect emotionally. A man who is open, relaxed, and receptive shows that he's comfortable with his own feelings and with others. Observe how he sits. Does he lean in slightly toward you, maintain natural eye contact, and offer a genuine smile? His gestures shouldn't be closed off or defensive. Crossed arms or shifting eyes can signal an emotional wall, while a real smile, nodding, and body movements that mirror yours suggest genuine receptiveness. Also notice how he reacts to the emotions you express. If you share a sad memory and he responds with empathy or a word of comfort, it shows he's paying attention not just to your words, but to your feelings. For instance, you mention a time you felt humiliated at work. He might gently place his hand on yours or say something encouraging like, "That must have been really difficult. I can only imagine how that affected you." These combined physical and verbal cues are clear signs of his emotional openness and his capacity to hold space for your feelings. Evaluating his boundaries and respect for yours. An emotionally available man understands the importance of boundaries. From the very first date, he respects your personal space, your pace, and your decisions. He doesn't try to push boundaries you haven't opened, and he never insists on getting something you're not ready to give. This attitude reveals his emotional maturity and his respect for your autonomy. For example, if you decline to talk about a personal topic or aren't ready for a physical gesture, he accepts your answer without pushing or pressuring you. He might simply say, "I understand. We can talk about it later if you want." This immediate respect shows that he doesn't see the relationship as a means of control or personal satisfaction, but as a shared space where each person can feel free. His respect also shows up in how he observes your emotional state. If he senses you're tired, anxious, or hesitant, he adjusts his behavior without criticizing or judging you. This sensitivity to another person's needs is a clear sign of emotional availability and maturity. How he talks about his past. The way a man talks about his past relationships can reveal a great deal about his ability to connect emotionally. An emotionally available man takes ownership of his choices, acknowledges his mistakes, and speaks about his experiences with honesty. He doesn't constantly blame his exes or use those stories to charm or manipulate you. For example, he might say, "I learned a lot from my last relationship, especially about communication and patience. I'm always trying to grow from it." This openness shows that he's capable of self-reflection and doesn't run from responsibility for his actions. He can also talk about his failures without excessive shame or aggression, which indicates he can handle someone else's emotions without projecting his own. On the other hand, a man who constantly complains about his exes or obsesses over the past shows that he's not ready to be fully present with you. The difference is subtle, but you'll notice it if you listen closely to his words and his tone. His ability to open up and talk about his feelings. Emotional availability comes down to his ability to share his own feelings without being overly guarded or defensive. He can talk about his joys, fears, and doubts in a natural way. He doesn't over-dramatize, but he doesn't downplay his emotions either. This openness creates a climate of trust and shows he's capable of a sincere connection. For instance, on a first date, he might say, "I was a little nervous before I got here, but I'm really glad to be here with you." This kind of honesty, even about simple emotions, signals that he isn't afraid to be vulnerable, a key ingredient for building an authentic relationship. He might also ask you deeper questions about how you feel, like, "How are you really doing in this season of your life?" These questions aren't meant to manipulate, but to understand and connect with your inner world. Conclusion. Spotting an emotionally available man on the first few dates requires careful observation and active listening. His actions, his words, and the way he reacts to others' emotions reveal his maturity and openness. His ability to listen actively, respect your boundaries, share his past experiences, and express his own feelings are all concrete indicators you can look for from the start. Paying attention to these signs will save you time, protect your heart, and lay the foundation for a healthy, balanced relationship. Your intuition is still a valuable guide, but observable behaviors and sincere words offer tangible proof. Recognizing an emotionally available man isn't some mystical art. It's about being observant, using your judgment, and trusting yourself. Your heart deserves a relationship where presence, respect, and emotional openness aren't just promises, but a reality right from the very beginning.